This is the series where I talk about why I love yogic science, because yoga sees beyond what the five senses can see. In this part, we are discussing how to deal with a challenging situation, whether reacting to a situation is the solution or suppressing our reactions is the solution. From the previous part, we understood what stabilization of arousal is, and we know that suppressing emotions is not the solution because the thoughts will continue to linger in the mind. They are a form of energy, and until and unless they are processed, they will keep us in an aroused state all the time, ultimately taking us to the same stage of stabilization of arousal. But then, is reacting to the situation a solution? Because we know that from the time we get up in the morning till the time we go to bed at night, there are multiple incidents happening. And if we think of reacting to each and every situation, then the entire process will be too draining for us. Even the memory of an incident where we had to react in a certain way is a very draining experience. We cannot afford to react to each and every situation because we will lose our energy, which we can invest into something better, into our own growth. If we continue to react to such situations every time, we will be emotionally as well as physically drained, and this will again keep us aroused all the time. We will not be able to reach to our ground state because there are continuous stimulations happening on an everyday basis. This leaves us fatigued and low in energy, and again takes us to the same stage of stabilization of arousal. So what is the solution? If we already have a calm mind and we do not lose that sanity in challenging situations, then we are able to avoid most of such situations. But still, we are continuously exposed to situations outside. To some, we choose not to react, but to some situations, based on people, place, and the demand of the situation, there is a need for us to react in a certain way. So reacting to certain situations cannot be avoided altogether because ultimately it will lead to suppression of our emotions if we do that all the time. What is in our hands is a regular practice of relaxation which will bring us back to our ground state. This relaxation is not what we achieve during our sleeping hours. This is the relaxation which we do with complete awareness in the wakeful state, not in the sleeping state. With this relaxation, we are able to process our thoughts. We are able to actually relax the tension in our muscles. And when there is a relaxation happening at the body and mind level, we are able to think clearly. We are able to see the situation differently. We are able to find better solutions. And if a similar situation comes in future, what kind of reaction would be best suited to me and to my surroundings and would drain the least amount of energy from me? That is why all yogic practices are slow paced, because these practices are not to sweat or lose weight. These practices are to release the tension in the physical body, to release the thought restrictions in the mind, to have a rhythmic breathing, and to set up this mind body connection so that you are in a completely relaxed mode, to have a focused mind, think clearly, and then take decisions. Now there's another solution which is little difficult to comprehend for most of us. This is because here we access the Vijnanmaya Kosha, the fourth kosha, the fourth dimension of our existence. So you would have observed that most of our decisions and reactions are based on some past memories that we have experienced. Even though we are not consciously aware of these memories in the present, they are there in our subconscious, and every reaction and decision that we have is somehow affected by those past memories. And that is why sometimes we feel forced to act in a certain way, even though we know that this is not the right way to react. But when we access the Vijnanmaya Kosha, it is not based on these past memories. It is pure intellect. And that is why in yoga philosophy, the root cause of mental distress is considered a deranged intellect, a deranged Vijnanmaya Kosha. Vijnanmaya Kosha helps us live in the present moment without worrying about the future, without the regrets or guilts of the past. And when our thoughts are not based on the preconditionings of the mind, it is able to think clearly, and that is what we call pure intellect or accessing Vijnanmaya Kosha. Now we'll learn more about Vijnanmaya Kosha in the coming parts. Till then, thank you and namaste.